Welcome back to John Rada Stadium, beautiful Henley Field here in downtown Lakeland, Florida. Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Mocs and the University of Tampa Spartans about to get underway. I'm Jim Henderson, my producer for Game 2. To my right is James Simpson. We are happy you were here, and we got to see if the Mocs can get a win in this series. They lost the opener 11-8, and they lost last night 5-4 in 10 innings. Let's go ahead and get you the starting lineup for the visiting Spartans. And the names will obviously be familiar. Jordan Lala will lead it off and play center field. Drew Earhart is at second base. Shortstop J.D. Urso bats third. First baseman E.J. Doskow is in the cleanup spot. The designated hitter for Game 2 is Santiago Garavito. He was behind the plate in Game 1. Third baseman Anthony Nunez hits in the sixth spot. Right fielder E.J. Cumbo bats seventh. The left fielder in Game 2 is DeMarco Lyons. He played last night here. And the catcher in Game 2 is Danny Gutcher. The pitcher is Skylar Gonzalez, and we'll talk about him when the Spartans are in the field. Let's get the mock set for you defensively. Ryan Magdich is again at first base. He came in for an injured Jeff Ligori in Game 1, and he will get the start here in Game 2. Mitch D'Onofrio is at second, Jevin Relaford at short, and Sean Riley is around at third. In the outfield, Bryce Sabrowich is in left, Deontay Starks in center. And getting the start in right field here in Game 2 is Nick Wells. Drew Cavanaugh again behind the plate. And on the mound will be the left-hander Jordan Fox. Fox has had a good season so far here for the Mocs. He's 3-0 with a 4.15 ERA. He has made 4 appearances, all starts, 21 and 2/3 innings, 22 hits. And the first pitch is a curveball in for a strike, 0-1. 12 runs, 10 earned, 12 walks, 15 strikeouts, and opponents hitting .265 against Jordan Fox. The lefty kicks and deals, and now it is low. And it is 1-1. Layla was 2 for 5, 2 driven in the first game, pitches the ball 2-1. For the 2 games, he is 3 for 11, has scored 3 and driven in 2. Has a couple stolen bases. Pitch on the way by Fox. Line down the right, line and right if it's fair, but it isn't. It'll be a foul ball. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Layla. Layla, we mentioned in Game 1, had 16 stolen bases this season. Had added a couple to that in Game 1. And the pitch is the ball now, and we are full up at 3-2. 3-2 on Layla, leading off the top of the first inning. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Pitch by Fox will be outside for ball 4. Well, if you were with us in the first game, you know what the first 3 innings look like. 17 runs scored. Let's hope it does not turn out to be one of those. Tampa had 10 of them. Mocs had 7. From then on, it was a 1-1 standoff. Drew Earhart coming up. He was 3 for 5, scored 2, drove in 2 in the first game. For the doubleheader, he's 4 for 9. With 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here on Earhart. The runner at first is Lala. Look out. But Cavanaugh threw him out once. In fact, Cavanaugh threw 3 guys out in the first game. There's a good pitch for a strike. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes here on Earhart. We talked about him. Over 900 career at-bats, 232 career games now. He's won off his school's all-time record. 6-year player for the Spartans. Takes it low, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Earhart. Lala at first, no one out in the top of the first inning. Mocs trying to salvage a split. 1-2. Chopper towards third. Big hop to second for 1. To first. Will it be? It will be a double play. It goes from Sean Riley to D'Onofrio to Magdich. And 2 gone quickly here in inning number 1. 5-4-3 if you're keeping the book at home. 2 outs, no one on here in the top of the first inning. Nice play again by Riley. Big hop, though, and it did not hurry it to D'Onofrio. Pitch is hit high in the air by Urso in foul territory. That's going to be playable and caught by Magdich. for the third out to retire the side. So a really good first inning for the left-hander Fox. No runs. There were no hits. There's no one left on base. We'll get to the Mocs lineup and the Spartan defense when we come back. No score, bottom of the first on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Here's the batting order for the Mocs as they get set to face Skylar Gonzalez here in the bottom of the first inning. Ryan Magdich is the first baseman. He will be leading it off. Right fielder Nick Wells will bat second. The catcher Drew Kavanaugh will hit third. The left fielder Bryce Safrowicz will be in the cleanup spot. The designated hitter Connor Berry will bat fifth. The second baseman Mitch D'Onofrio hits sixth. Third baseman Sean Daly is the seventh batter. Center fielder Deontay Starks bats eighth. And the shortstop Jevin Rutherford hits ninth. Setting the defense for the Spartans, E.J. Doskow is at first, Drew Earhart at second, J.D. Urso at short, and Anthony Nunez is around at third. DeMarcus Lyons plays in left, Jordan Lala in center, and E.J. Cumbo in right. Danny Gutcher is behind the plate, and Skylar Gonzalez, the right-hander, is on the mound. Gonzalez is 3-0 with a 3.06 earned run average. Seventh appearance, he's had 5 starts. 17 and 2/3 innings, 15 hits, 9 runs, 6 earned, 12 walks, 17 strikeouts. And the first pitch is a called strike to Magdich, 0-1. Opposing hitters hitting .224 against him. But I think what really stands out to me here, 4 starts, but only 17 total innings, which tells me he may not be around real long. We'll see. It's 2-0, or 0-2 rather, on Magdich, who was 0 for 2 when coming in for the injured LaCory in game 1. Pitch by Gonzalez will be outside and low. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Game just underway. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Mocs have lost the first 2. They need this one. Pitch is fouled down the line and right. And it will stay no balls and 2 strikes here on Magdich. Magdich came up swinging the bat pretty good in game 1. Came right off the bench. Started cranking it pretty well. He has pitched a lot for the Mocs. 1-2, and there's another shot down the line at first. And you'll notice he just doesn't get cheated. He comes up there swinging away. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Magdich. Nick Wells next, and then Drew Kavanaugh here in game 2. Right-hander Gonzalez ready, 1-2. Hard ground ball right to first. Doskow with a big hop will take the bag himself for out number 1. So that will get Nick Wells to the plate. Boy, I've not seen Nick for a while. He was a mainstay here last year. But so far this season, only his 5th game, and this is his first start of the year in right field. He's only been up 3 times, has 2 base hits. That kind of reminded me a little bit of last year. .667 batting average, 2 for 3 for Nick Wells. And the one thing I remember about him, he can hit it. He can hit it a long way if he gets it. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Gonzalez. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike here on Wells. Pitch by Gonzalez, swing and a miss, 0-2. Wells, a grad student out of Apopka, transfer from Polk State College. 0-2, high 1-2. Clay Rowe joins us as our color analyst. Will be on and off with us here in game 2, and it's good to see him in the game here.
Yeah, shout out Central Florida again. Another fan.
High for a ball. We got to put up with this all day, or what?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Same thing with Jeff LaCory. Shout out Lake Mary. But yeah, Nick Wells is. You mentioned it last year. It appeared a lot. DH kind of spot.
Yeah, he just got called out on strikes there for the second out. But Again, he really was a mainstay here last year.
Yep, yeah, DH spot for sure. He can go in outfield no matter what. So, good little change today. I mean, you know, we lost the last 2 games against Tampa. I don't think it would hurt to maybe make a couple changes. Let's see how he can hit. You mentioned it. He can hit it really far. So, but we'll see what Drew Kavanaugh can give. You know, obviously historically just so good for the Mocs. We talked so much about him last game, the transfer from Eastern Florida State. So
he's behind in the count here. No balls and 2 strikes. He was 2 for 4 in the opener. He's 3 for 7, scored 2 and drove in 1. He's got a 17-game hit streak for the Mocs. He also threw out 3 guys trying to steal. And he struck him out. Boy, a good first inning for both starting pitchers. The Mocs go out in order, nothing across. We go to the second, no score between the Mocs and Spartans on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. E.J. Dosko starts it off here in the top of the second inning for the University of Tampa Spartans, number 2 in the nation in the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association poll, and also top seed right now in the Southeast Regional. And they have not hurt their standings here with a couple of wins against the Mocs here in games 1 and 2 of this series. Florida Southern was 19th ranked last week, but now in the throes of a 3-game losing streak, and again, really would like to get out of it here in game 2 against the Spartans. Doska, the big first baseman, will lead it off. He was 1 for 2, scored a run and drove in 2 in game 1 for the doubleheader. He's now 2 for 8 with that 1 run scored and 2 runs driven in. Jordan Fox had a good first inning, did walk the opening batter, Lala, but a ground ball by Drew Earhart turned into a 5-4-3 double play. And then he got Urso to foul out to Magdich at first. So the first pitch here to Doskow looked awful good, and was. It's 0-1 on Doskow. Oh, 1 pitch, low and inside, 1-1. He's out of Georgetown, Kentucky, transferred from Eastern Kentucky University, and has stepped in and has kind of earned his 3rd spot, at least for now. There's the foul by Doskow, just off to the right. And back to the screen. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on E.J. Doskow. Starting the top of the second for Tampa. Low, 2-2. Two on Doskow. Pitch is fouled back into the screen. It remains 2-2. Fox pitched 46 games for Eastern Kentucky, all out of the bullpen. Over 3 different seasons, he had a 4-1 overall record for him. Division I program. And it's 3-2 now inside. Did not start a game, so now he's had a chance to do that here in Lakeland. Full count on Doskow. Pitch is hit high in the air. Pop-up should be playable. Magnich now comes in and makes the catch. Boy, hesitated for 1 second there. It looked like the ball actually wound up fair, and Doskow would have been out anyway because he didn't run. I think he thought maybe it was going to be a foul ball. So he is out for the first out. Here is Santiago Garavito. He was the catcher both last night and in game 1 today. Garavito was 0 for 4 with a run scored, 1 for 7 in the 2 games with 2 runs scored and 2 driven in. Pitch by Fox will be a called strike inside corner, 0-1. Oh, 1 from Fox, bounces up. Good stop by Cavanaugh. It's 1-1. Most of the damage in that first game, first three innings. In fact, I can remember someone saying, well, it was almost 2 hours for the first 3. Pitch is high for a ball. It's 2-1. Game itself didn't wind up much more than 3. You would have never thought that possible after the first 3. 2-1. Called strike, and Mr. Garavito did not like that one at all. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count on the designated hitter here in Game 2 for the Spartans. Lefty winds, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 1 in the game for Jordan Fox. 2 gone now for the Spartans here in inning number 2. And that will get Anthony Nunez to the plate. Third baseman was 1 for 4 in the first game of the doubleheader. Scored 1, only 1 for 9 in the 2 games rather. He was 0 for 5 last night. But he's a good hitter, no question about it. In fact, I don't think anybody in this Tampa team isn't a good hitter. Nunez came in at .326 to start today's action. 1-0 count on the Spartan third baseman. Fox delivers, hits the ball pretty well. It's into right field. Nick Wells is going to be there, and he will come in 2 steps and make the catch for the third out to retire the side. So another good inning for Jordan Fox as the Spartans go out in order, nothing across. We go to the bottom of the second inning. No score between the Mocs and Tampa on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Bryce Safferwich starts it off for the Mocs here in the bottom of the second inning. He's the left fielder. Connor Berry next, and then Mitch D'Onofrio. I always keep the mic low when we're off because I'm eating. I'm not supposed to say that, I guess, but got to have some food sometime here. Long day so far. Well, Safferwich at the plate. He was 1 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI in Game 1. He's 3 for 10 in the 2 games. And he takes the first pitch low for a ball. 3 runs scored, 3 driven in. And he is on a 15-game hitting streak right now for the Mocs. And another great pickup. Pitch is hit into the air into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit for Bryce Safferwich to start the second inning, and that extends his hitting streak to 16 games. First hit in the game for the Mocs, actually for either team. And that'll bring up Connor Berry. Boy, he hit 2 shots here in Game 1. Really had a good first game here. He was 3 for 5, 3 driven in with those 2 homers. He's 4 for 10 in the series. Pitch is a good one from Gonzalez. A called strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Connor Berry. Runner at first is Safferwich. He leads away. Pitch will be outside for a ball, 1-1. Skylar Gonzalez is out of Fort Lauderdale, Calvary Christian Academy, and Polk State. Ground ball foul down the line at third. And it's 1-2 now on Connor Berry, the Mocs designated hitter. Played a lot in the field last year, played a lot of second base, also played a lot of left field. But this year, with the revamped offense, he is the designated hitter for the most part. 1-2, just outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gonzalez works from the first base side of the rubber. Runner leads away. Safrowicz at first. Pitch chopped towards second. Big hop for Earhart. Tries to go to Urso for 1, but there will be no throw. And it was close at second base. Safrowicz gave it a good hustle there. So Barry will be aboard on the fielder's choice. It goes from Earhart to Urso for the first out. So here's Mitch D'Onofrio, and boy, what a game he had in the opener. 3 for 4. Scored 3 and hit a titanic home run to left center field. He's 4 for 7 in the 2 games, 3 runs scored and the home run. Connor leads away at first, and the pitch is upstairs 1-0 to D'Onofrio. Barry at first now with only 1 away. Game in the bottom of the second, no score. Pitch, good curveball that time, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 on D'Onofrio. Gonzalez to the belt. Pitch will be called strike outside corner 1-2. I don't think D'Onofrio liked that one a whole lot. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Gonzalez working quickly. Well, everybody works quickly now. Ball is fouled out of play off the screen. It stays 1-2. Well, we've had a couple 3-hour games, so it's really hard to tell how much difference the so-called pitch clock is, but we do know that the field umpire is using it, and using it pretty well here throughout the game.
We've definitely that'll go foul.
Foul
there.
ball.
We've seen it impact the game a few times. I mentioned to you off air last week, especially. I felt like it was an earlier series against IUP. Definitely a bigger point of emphasis with the umpires. Saw quite a few violations, averaging probably 3 or 4 a game for a couple of them. That's popped up.
Yeah, it sure is. Looks like it's heading into short left field. Shortstop Urso will be in the grass and make the catch for the out. Well, we saw 1 in the first game, but it was not. It was the fact that Tampa didn't get ready in that 2-minute allotment time.
Yeah, that was a kind of a unique one. It was just batter wasn't even stepping in yet, and they had already showed a 1-0 count. So, like you mentioned, 120 seconds, 2 minutes allotted in between innings for the pitcher to warm up. And I think with the catcher, trying to get dressed after batting just before, just took a little too long trying to get ready there. But we've seen it impact a few times, but still, like you said, 3-hour games.
How can you tell, right?
Or so, yeah. I don't think it's an insane difference currently right now. I think it was one that was going to be a quick. Well, I say quick, but it's a couple weeks. You're still going to have a couple, violations here and there. But
yeah.
I think it's a moderately quick adjustment for the pitching to just, understand that it's going on. Maybe keep things moving. If you need to, get a different sign from your catcher and it resets, or there's a couple other situations where it can reset. So I don't think it means you have to speed up your process or anything.
2 balls, 1 strike here on Sean Riley, and he will take strike 2. Riley having a really good 2 games here against the Spartans. 3 for 5 in the opener, scored 1, drove in 1. He's 4 for 9 in the 2 games. 17-game hitting streak here for Sean Riley. 2 outs and a runner at first, and he fouls that one just off to the right here. Riley has played a very solid third base as well for the Mocs. Again, we mentioned yesterday that of the lineup here that the head coach, Lance Niekro, puts out there are 3 returners from last year, but that's only because Nick Wells is in the lineup for the first time. Pitch is swung on and missed. That will get Sean Riley outs. 3 strikeouts now for Skylar Gonzalez, but this offense for the Mocs has been pretty much rebuilt. In the second, there was 1 hit. There was 1 runner left on. We go to the top of the third. No score between the Mocs and Spartans on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Lower third for the Spartans here as we get set to start play in the top of inning number 3. E.J. Cumbo, the right fielder, will be up. Then DeMarcus Lyons and then the catcher Danny Gutcher. Jordan Fox pitched really well through the first 2 innings. He's had a walk and a strikeout. And that person he walked, Jordan Lala, was erased in a double play. Far cry from the first game. First 3 innings were crazy to say the least. 10-7 Tampa in those first 3. Here we are scoreless, top of the third. And pitchers have dominated in this one so far. So here is Cumbo. And the lefty Fox delivers the first pitch, and he slams it into left center field. That is going to be caught on a great play by Deontay Starks. What a catch in left center field by Starks. He got a good read on the ball and dove to make the catch for out number 1. Great play by the Mocs center fielder. So 1 away. Here is DeMarcus Lyons. He played last night, did not play here in game 1. And the first pitch, that's popped up, but it's off the screen, out of play. And it's no balls and 1 strike here on DeMarcus Lyons. One gone, no one on here in the third, thanks to the great play by Starks. Pitch is low for a ball, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Lyons. Pitch, a great curveball, but it stayed up. 1-2. And Fox is working quickly. Inside corner, strike. 2-2. Pitch on the way, ball 3 inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Lyons was 0 for 3 last night. Nick Saladino played in game 1 in left field. Curveball stays up, and Lyons trots down to first base with a walk. Second walk issued by Fox. So here's Danny Gutcher, the catcher. Came in as a pinch runner. He's a .262 hitter this year. He's made 14 starts, so you would think he probably does play most of the last games in the series. 11 of 42, 2 doubles, a homer, and 10 runs driven in. Pitch is hit high in the air, and that is deep and gone. Danny Gutcher got it all, and I mean got it all. Safrowitz just turned around in left field and kind of waved it bye-bye. 2-0 Tampa on the home run by Gutcher. His second home run of the year. And he absolutely tattooed it. So, Mock's got some work to do, down 2 here in the third. Here is Alala, who walked in the first, and swings through the pitch. It's 0-1. Lala 3 for 11 in the series. Pitch by Fox is way outside. Now it's 1-1. So the walk did hurt this time because that allowed Lyons to score the first run behind the Gutcher homer. 1-1, low 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike here on Jordan Lala, the center fielder. Made a huge play last night on LaCourie, what looked to be a potential game-winning homer. 2-1 is outside, 3-1. Well, Fox is nibbling a little bit on the corners and just not quite getting them. 3-1. Accidental foul, and we got a full count at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes here on Lala. 1 out, 2 in here in the third. Pitch by Fox is drilled into right field. Wells is going back. That might go, and does. Home run for Lala. And the Spartan bats have exploded. And Lala is delighted because that is numero uno this year. 3-0 Tampa. And we had to wait on that one. That one wasn't scorched like Gutcher's, but it got out as Earhart swings through the pitch. He's behind in the count 0-1. He's 0 for 1 in the game and 4 for 10 in the series. And that pitch bounces up. 1 ball, 1 strike to count here on Earhart. 2-run shot by Gutcher, a solo by Lala. 3-0 Tampa here in the third. Well, the third inning was a bad one for the Mocs in the first game. Tampa got 6 in that one. Pitch is fouled out of play. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes here on Earhart. High fly ball. Shortstop. Relaford, short left, makes the catch for out number 2. So here is shortstop J.D. Urso. He fouled out to Magdich at first in the first. J.D. now 5 for 9 in the series. 1 run scored and 2 runs driven in. First pitch a called strike. It's 0-1. Urso came in with 29 runs driven in, one of the higher totals in the conference this year. And he takes it inside 1-1. 1-1 count on Urso. Shot into left center field. That is going to get down for a hit, go to the wall. Nice pickup by Starks. Urso's going to dig and will go into second base, standing up with a double. So the Spartan Bats have come alive here in the third against Jordan Fox. That will get Doskow to the plate. Urso had those 3 hits in game 1. He is the league leader in doubles now with 13. And he is at second with 2 gone. That will be high and tight against Doskow, 1-0. Well, once again, the Mocs going to have to chase the game a little bit here. 1 ball, no strikes to count here on Doskow. Low ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes on the Spartan first baseman. 2 for 9 in the series. Runner leads away at second is Urso. 2-0 pitch. Doskow fouled it back to us. It's 2-1. Our game in the top of the third. Spartans with a couple of home runs here. Have a 3-0 lead. Tampa won the opener 11-8. Two balls, 1 strike. Urso leads away at second. Pitch is inside 3-1. Well, Fox has walked 2. One of them came in to score. Fox ready, 3-1. Chopper foul down the line at third, and we have a full count now on E.J. Doskow. Again, Tampa came in ranked second in the nation to North Greenville. Won 8 national titles, 5 under Urso. Of course, the Mocs have 9. Payoff pitch on the way. Strike 3 called. Good pitch that time by Jordan Fox as he gets Doskow for his second strikeout of the game. But a good inning for the Spartans. They get 3 runs on 3 hits, and they will leave 1 runner on. We go to the bottom of the third. Work to do for the Mocs. They're down 3-0 to the Spartans on the Sunshine State Conference Digital. Deontay Starks gets it started for Florida Southern here in the bottom of the third inning. Mocs now down 3-0 on a pair of home runs by Gutcher and Layla in the top of the third. And Clay, Mr. Fox missed some spots there, and I think that really hurt him.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. It's kind of a bummer. I thought maybe we were going to have a similar situation as Friday night's game, which I guess was yesterday. It seems like forever ago. Of just a little kind of a pitching back and forth. They didn't score until the fourth yesterday, but two scoreless innings. But if we look at game one of this doubleheader, Mocs were quick to respond normally. Like every other, they were scoring at least early through the first 5 or 6 innings before kind of going scoreless the rest of the game. But we'll see what Starks has, and Mocs need to get some runs. The problem last game for sure was, although runs were being scored, they weren't enough. They weren't fast enough, and wasn't keeping up, giving up too many runs, when they're not at the bat. So here already a quick count. Actually, I'm not sure what the
3 balls and 1 strike
there.
now, the count here on Deontay Starks.
So, yeah, definitely, an opening walk with no outs would be great.
And he hits a hard ground ball. That's going to be a
spot.
play by Urso, but he had no chance to get Starks. It'll be an infield single. Yeah. Urso did well just to keep it near him. And so Starks is aboard to open the third inning with his second hit in the game for the Mocs. So let's see if that is the impetus to get going. Remember, Tampa had 6 in the third in game 1, and the Mocs came back with 3. Like Clay said a moment ago, they have been pretty good at answering. Let's see if it happens here with Relaford coming up. 1 for 4 in game 1, 2 for 7 in the series. Showed bunt and pulls it back, takes it high, 1-0. Nunez the third, really not in at all, right even with the bag. 1-0, and that'll be a call strike, 1-1. Don't think Relaford liked that one too much. Magnich on deck here for the Mocs. Boy, they could use some runs here. Got to get them one at a time, though. Called strike. That's a good curveball from Skylar Gonzalez, and Relaford now down 1 ball and 2 strikes. That hit by Starks was his 3rd in the series. 9 trips to the plate. Pitch is hit in the air, foul down the line. Is it going to be caught? It will not. It will drop in no man's land, and it'll stay 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Jevin Relaford. Starks is at first, no one out here in the Mocs half of the third inning. It took a while for everybody to get back to their normal spots. Again, we've talked a lot about how wide this, especially in right field, that foul area is. Pitch is just off the plate, and Relaford is alive at 2-2. Gonzalez has been working quickly, so is Jordan Fox. 2-2 pitch, hard ground ball, base hit in left field. So Starks will stop at second. And the Mocs, the 8-9 batters in the order, they get the thing rolling here for Florida Southern in the bottom of the third. That'll get Ryan Magdich to the plate. He grounded out to his counterpart, E.J. Doskow, at first in the bottom of the first. He's 0 for 1, 0 for 3 in the series. Playing for the injured Jeff LeCoury. And we know that Magdich can hit it a long way if he gets a hold of it. We saw a couple foul balls. First and second, no one out. Pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Maybe a chance here for the Mocs to answer back. 3 hits now off Skylar Gonzalez. 1-0 pitch, inside, 2-0. So should be a hitter's pitch coming up here for Magdich. Gonzalez almost needs to bring it in. Let's see if he does. 2-0 pitch, outside corner, got the corner. Strike 1, 2-1 on Magdich. Magdich looks like a dead pull hitter, And Tampa will probably try to keep that ball on the outside corner against him. 2-1. Chopper foul down that first baseline, and it's 2-2 now on Ryan Magdich. Starks at second, Relaford at first. Both guys can fly. You get a ball in the gap, we could see some real action here. Two-two to the Mocs first baseman. Gonzalez checks second, delivers, shot down the line, but again, too much, and it's 2-2. Magdich out in front of that just a little bit. 2-2 on Ryan Magdich. No one out, 2 on for the Mocs. Runner's going to go. Pitch is hit hard, foul down the line at first, and they will come back. So Lance Necro put it on there. He coaches third, and both guys were off. Would have been interesting if he had not hit it, whether or not they would have been able to get anybody. Certainly weren't going to go to second. Obviously, Starks at third would have been the target. But it remains 2-2. Let's see if they do it again. Not this time. Pitch is hit on the ground. Base hit right field. Rounding third. On his way in is Starks. Heading over to third is Relaford. He'll go there standing up. It's an RBI single for Ryan Magdich, and the Mocs are on the board, down 3-1. Good piece of hitting by Magdich, and we've been saying that he can swing the bat, and boy, he sure did there. So here is Nick Wells now. Boy, a big chance for him with runners at the corners and nobody out. Good piece of hitting by Magdich. And he will get his second run batted in of the year. So Relaford at third now, and Magdich at first. Pitch by Gonzalez. Wells fouls it out of play to the right. And it's 0-1. Boy, we'd love to see the Nick Wells of last year just tattoo one right here. That could really make things interesting. 0-1 on the Mocs right fielder. Gonzalez ready. Runners lead away. 0-1 pitch is outside, 1-1. Wells, a strikeout victim in the first. He's 0 for 1. Still nobody out. Runners at the corners. Pitch by Gonzalez. That's a good curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Wells. One, 2 on Nick Wells. Gonzalez set. Pitch, curveball inside, 2-2. Had no bite on it whatsoever. Relaford at third, Magdich at first. Can the Mocs get this thing even here in the third? Boy, they got a shot at it. Pitch is swung on and missed by Wells. He is out, number 1. Strikeout number 4 in the game now for Gonzalez. So here is Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh, a strikeout victim in the first, 0 for 1. Cavanaugh on a 17-game hitting streak. He's 3 for 8 in the series. Good curveball. Strike 1 is the call. And Cavanaugh shook his head, said yes. Relaford at third. Love to get him in, get this thing within 1. Pitch is a check swing. Did he go? And they say no, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count here on Cavanaugh. Mocs with 1 in and 1 out and 2 on. Hard ground ball, base hit left field. That's going to get Relaford in. Magdich will stop at second. Now it is 3-2, an RBI for Drew Cavanich, and the Mocs are down by 1. So the bats have come alive for Florida Southern here in the third, as they did for Tampa in the top of the inning. Cavanaugh now with 27 driven in this season, second in the doubleheader. Here is Bryce Sackvarich, and boy, he is due here for a big one. Pitch is fouled off to the right now to play. He is 3 for 10 in the series. Actually, 4 for 11 in the series now. He was 1 for 5 in the opener. And that extended his current hitting streak to 16 games. Magdic at second. Cavanaugh at first. Good fastball, called strike. It's 0-2. Mott's down a run, a 2-spot in here in the third, and maybe more to come. 0-2 from Gonzalez. Curveball got him. Swung on and missed. And Sefrich is out, number 2. Strikeout number 5 for Skylar Gonzalez. So it's going to leave it to Connor Berry. Berry got on in a fielder's choice back in the second inning, 0 for 1. Hit 2 bombs in the first inning, or first game rather. He's 4 for 11 in the series. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Magdic at second, Cavanaugh at first. Spartan lead is now only 1. It's 3-2. Check and outside, 2-0. 2-0 on Connor Berry. Gonzalez working quickly. Pitch inside, 3-0. Well, now do you turn him loose here? Early in the game, down 1, a couple guys on, and he can hit it. I'm guessing maybe not, but I wouldn't be surprised. 3-0 pitch, and he takes it outside for ball 4. No doubt about that one. So Berry draws the walk, puts Magdic at third, Cavanaugh at second, and the batter is Mitch D'Onofrio. Bases loaded and time called as Spartan pitching coach Sam Militello heading out to the mound to have a word or two with Skylar Gonzalez. Big opportunity for the Mocs here in the bottom of the third inning. Consecutive hits by Starks and Relaford and Magdic in a row. Gotten the Mocs a couple of runs. And the bases here are loaded with 2 gone. And Clay, I would think if ever there's a chance, this might be it here in game 2.
I would agree there, especially with 2 outs. We've hit pretty good in 2-out situations. So we'll see if that can kind of continue here. We mentioned earlier just at the start that, being able to respond has been good for the Mocs lately, and the bases loaded for someone like Mitch D'Onofrio, that would be huge to, get a couple runs or maybe one over the fence.
Well, D'Onofrio 4 for 8 in the series, popped out to Urso at short in the second. Bases filled. Good curveball for a strike, 0-1. When Gonzalez controls that curveball, it's pretty tough. 0-1 on D'Onofrio. Runners lead away. Hard ground ball down the line at third. It's knocked down by Nunez. Everybody's going to move up a base, and the Mocs are going to get a tie. RBI for D'Onofrio. Magdic comes in to score. Going over to third is Cavanaugh. Out to second, Berry. RBI for D'Onofrio. His second in the series. And now we're all even at 3, and the bases remain loaded for Sean Riley, the 9th batter in the order for the Mocs. He fanned in the second inning, 0 for 1.
Big for the Spartans just to stop that.
And a pass ball, they're going to, here he comes. It's going to be close at the plate. Is he out? Safe, he dropped the ball, and the Mocs take the lead. Cavanaugh comes in to score. I assume it's a wild pitch. Yes. Both runners move up. Berry to third. D'Onofrio to second, and it's a ball on Sean Riley. 4-3 Mocs, bottom of the third. Well, they did answer. That is for certain. And they may not be done. Riley with a chance with runners in scoring position. Check swing and a strike, 1-1. Good pitch by Gonzalez. Take him any way you can get him. 1-1. Low and outside. Good stop by Gutcher. It's 2-1. Pitch on the way. High. Two-one count. Umpire shaking his head no. Spartans wanted a strike. Way up. That's actually ball 4. And that's going to load him up. So Barry's at third, D'Onofrio at second, and Riley at first. 10th batter in the order coming up for the Mocs. And it's Deontay Starks who got this whole thing started with a base hit. A big, big spot here in this game. And that's going to be it. Gonzalez is coming out. Joe Urso, the Tampa manager, is coming out to the mound. I guess he has seen enough. Gonzalez will be gone. This is the second visit in the inning. So we should have a pitcher for the Spartans, and here he comes. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll tell you who he is. Mocs lead at 4-3 in the bottom of the third on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Jack Brodsky takes over here for the Spartans in the bottom of the third. Mocs lead at 4-3. Brodsky is 3-0 this season with an ERA of 0.00. 8 2/3 innings, 3 hits. He's given up a run, but it was unearned. 2 walks, 12 strikeouts, and opposing hitters batting .097 against Jack Brodsky. They have brought him in a huge spot here in the bottom of the third inning. He's going to face Deontay Starks, and he's got Barry, D'Onofrio, and Riley on the bases. All of those runners will be charged to Gonzalez if they come in. Gonzalez went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs right now, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. So, boy, a big, big spot here for the Mocs. A hit by Starks could put a little distance between the Mocs and the Spartans here. Just exactly what they would need. So here we go. Brodsky to the belt. Runners lead away. Pitch is swung on and missed by Starks, 0-1. He's out of Woodcliff Lake, New Jersey, transfer from Emory. 0-1. Ground ball foul down the line at third. It's 0-2 on Deontay Starks. Stark got that base hit to start this thing off. He is 3 for 9 in the series, had a couple of hits in game 1. 0-2 on Starks. 2 outs, bases full. Pitch by Brodsky. High, wild pitch back to the screen. That's going to get a run in. That's going to score Barry, and everybody moves up a run. Or a base, rather. Second time in the inning, a wild pitch has led to a run. Scoring is Barry. D'Onofrio goes to third, and Riley out to second. And now it's 5-3. And boy, if they get one more, it'll be a reversal of game 1. Count is 1-2 on Starks. Pitch by Brodsky is swung on and missed. He got him. But boy, what an inning for Florida Southern. They get 5. There were 5 hits. No errors, couple of big wild pitches and a couple of walks, and the Mocs will leave 2 runners on. We are through 3. It's 5-3 Mocs on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Well, it's strange how things work, isn't it? First game, Tampa gets 6 in the third. The Mocs get 3 here in game 2. Tampa gets 3. The Mocs get 5. Well, that third inning has really been busy. How about 9-8 Tampa in the third inning of the 2 games? But those runs were huge for the Mocs. They were down 3. Now they are up 2 as we get set to start play here in the 4th inning. And it will be the designated hitter, Santiago Garavito, who will start it off. He was a strikeout victim of Jordan Fox back in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. Fox gave up a pair of home runs in the 3rd to Gutcher and to Alala, but now his teammates have gotten him a 5-3 advantage here as we go to the 4th. Mocs lefty set, and the first pitch is a called strike inside corner here to Garavito. Garavito now 1 for 8 in the series, has scored a couple, driven in a couple. And he fouled that one out of play. Same exact pitch inside. Maybe that one a little bit lower and out of the zone. But Garavito was taking no chances. He's behind in the count, 0-2. The wind, the pitch, fouled again, same spot. Bounced off the screen at the Spartans dugout down the third base line. And it's 0-2 here on Garavito. The wind, the pitch, fly ball center field. Starks going to range over to his right and will make the catch for out number 1. Ball was hit well. And the one thing I've noticed here, and I noticed it last year with Ryan Chevalier, the Mock center fielders, boy, do they play deep. I mean, they are back on. They're not sitting on the fence, but they're back pretty far here. So here's Anthony Nunez. He flied out to Wells in right field to end the 2nd inning. He is 0 for 1. Nunez now 1 for 10 in the series, 1 for 5 today. First pitch by Fox is hit to the third baseman. Nice pick up there by Riley. The throw over to Magich in time. And a quick second out here as Nunez goes down. So 2 away. Here is E.J. Cumbo. Cumbo flied out to Starks in the 3rd inning. He is 0 for 1. 3 for 12 in the series and 1 for 7 today. 2 outs, no one on here in the 4th. Mocs lead at 5-3. Fouled out of play. It's 0-1 off the screen to the left. Oh, 1 on Cumbo. 2 outs, no one on in the 4th. Pitch is a good one. Called strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here on Cumbo. Fox ready. And the pitch just off the plate, 1-2. Kavanaugh turned around and said, really? 1-2 count. Fox, long look in here. And the pitch. That's the same spot and same call, 2-2. DeMarcus Lyons is on deck if Cumbo can get it going here for Tampa in the 4th. Fly ball left center field. That could be trouble. That will get down. Goes off the fence on one hop. Starks gets it in a hurry. But it'll be a stand-up 2-out double for E.J. Cumbo. His 4th hit in the series. And Cumbo's 7th double of the season. So here is Lyons now. He got a walk and came in on the homer by Gutcher, who was on deck. Runner leads away at second. Fox checks him. Pretty good lead. Comes to the plate, and the pitch is popped up. Should be playable. Third baseman Riley will get it just in foul territory for the 3rd out to retire the side. So a 2-out double goes by the boards. The Spartans will leave Cumbo at second base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Mocs lead at 5-3 on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Jevin Relaford gets it started for the Mocs here in the home half of the 4th inning. Boy, a great 3rd inning for the Mocs. A big 5 spot. Wiped out that 3-0 Tampa lead. It'll be Relaford, and back to the top of the order, Ryan Magdich and the right fielder Nick Wells. Spartan right-hander Jack Brodsky continues on. He relieved Gonzalez, and the Mocs got to Gonzalez really well in that 3rd inning. Gonzalez wound up going 2 2/3 innings, giving up all five runs were charged to him. 6 base hits. He did fan 5 guys, but he walked a couple. And the Mocs solved him pretty well. So let's see if they can solve Brodsky. Remember, he came in with an 0.00. The only run he's given up this year is unearned. So Relaford leads it off. He got a base hit, scored in that 5-run 3rd. 1 for 1. He is 2 for 5 in the doubleheader and 3 for 8 in the series. Brodsky works from the stretch and fires in a shot into left field deep, and it's going to be run down and caught right at the wall by Lyons. And Lyons had him played absolutely perfectly. So 1 gone here in the 4th. Good catch by Lyons, but, I mean, he couldn't have been in a better spot. So here's Magdich. He grounded a first in the 1st and got a base hit scored in the 3rd. Magdich in his 10th game this season, only been up 12 times prior to today. He has made 1 appearance on the mound this season. And the pitch is a called strike, 0-1, and I don't think he liked that one a whole lot. 0-1 on Magdich. And again, I keep saying this, he does not get cheated there. He swings a pretty good bat. 0-1 is swung on and missed, and he got a good swing there, just didn't hit it. 0-2 on Magdich. Nick Wells on deck here in the 4th. Brodsky ready. 0-2. Low, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes here on Magdich. Pitch is hit in the air into left field, pretty far, going over near the fence and making the catch and then bouncing off the fence is DeMarcus Lyons. So the Mocs are going after him here in this inning, and he's made two really nice plays for the Spartans. So two gone as Magdic went the opposite way and almost got it out of here. So here's Nick Wells. Wells 0 for 2 today, a pair of strikeouts. Getting a chance to play here. Has not played much this year. Mentioned he was only 2 for 3 coming in. Pitch by Brodsky is a called strike at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here on Wells. Brodsky ready. And the pitch, that'll be back to the screen, 1-1. A couple of wild pitches have really helped the Mocs in this one. Got him a couple runs. And that's the difference right now. 1-1 count. Hard ground ball toward short. Big hop for Urso. He will throw to Doskow in time at first. Wells is out. And so are the Mocs here in inning number 3. Second time of the game, the Mocs are going out in order, nothing across. We are through 4. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Mocs lead at 5-3 on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. We go to the 5th. Mocs lead at 5-3. Danny Gutcher will start it off. He's the catcher at a 2-run shot back in the 3rd inning. Lala, who is due next, also hit one, and those are the 3 runs that this Spartan team has scored here in Game 2. Gutcher, a transfer from Eckerd. He went to Tampa, and D'Onofrio came here. Gutcher out of Gaither High in Tampa. My producer over here, James Simpson, knew of him. Went to Gaither himself here. And baseball's a pretty small world, especially here in the Sunshine State Conference. People know each other, and that's a good thing. Well, here is Gutcher stepping in. Gutcher, we mentioned, came in at 262, and he takes the ball 1-0. Pitch by Fox, that'll be low, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Gutcher here, leading off the top of the 5th. Jordan Lala and Drew Earhart to follow. Swing and a miss. Good fastball that time by Fox. Gutcher chased it a little bit up. It's 2-1. Working quickly, and he hits a high fly ball, fairly deep left field, and that ball is going to go. He hit another one. Gutcher with 2 home runs in the game, and now Tampa is down by 1. Boy, you look at this and you wonder why this guy doesn't play more. He has just hit 2 shots. And the Spartans trail 5-4. Well, the last time this happened, Lala followed with 1 to right. Pitch by Fox is a called strike outside corner, 0-1. Oh, he got all of it, and he got all of it the first time as well. 0-1, outside corner, 0-2. Lala, big smile, said, no, I don't think so. Spartan center fielder behind in the count here. Pitch by Fox, that's upstairs, 1-2. Maybe they say 2-1 here. Looks like that's what the umpire. Let's wait. I think the umpire just put up a 2-1. We'll see. Outside for a ball. Fox working quickly. High for ball 3. So it's 3-2 now. On Lala. Don't want to let this guy on. He can steal. Just inside. And boy, I think Fox thought he had it. He danced around on the mound a little bit. Second time he's walked Lala. Lala with 18 stolen bases this season leads the conference. He's the tying run. And some conversation towards the Mocs dugout. I think the field umpire told the Mocs to be quiet. So that will get Earhart to the plate. He grounded into a double play and popped out. He's 0 for 2. Runner leads away. Pitch is a strike, 0-1. Earhart now 4 of 11 in the series, 3 for 7 today. Pretty good lead by Lala. Pitch is hit on the ground, base hit left field. So Lala will stop at second. And the Spartan bats have come alive here in the 5th inning. 1 in and 2 on. And J.D. Urso coming up. Urso has doubled and fouled out, 1 for 2. His 13th double of the year, leads the Sunshine State Conference. So Fox in a little bit of trouble here in the 5th. Pitch is fouled back into the screen behind home plate. It's 0-1 here on Urso. Urso 6 for 10 in the series, 4 for 7 today. Oh, 1 count on the Spartan shortstop. Runners lead away at first and second. Pitch is low for a ball. It's 1-1. Lala at second, Earhart at first. And the dangerous Urso at the plate. Fox to the belt. 1-1. High, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Urso. Spartans have not shown an inclination to run here, not with Urso at the plate. 2-1. Fouled right at home plate. It's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes on J.D. Urso. Fox trying to work his way out of trouble here in the 5th. Mocs lead is down to 1, 5-4. Fox comes set. Looks in, 2-2. Looks good, strike 3 called. Great pitch that time by Fox. And Urso is out, number 1, and a big one it is. 3 strikeouts now for Jordan Fox. So here is Doskow, the first baseman, who has popped up the first and struck out 0 for 2. He is 2 for 10 in the series. 1 for 4 today. Layla at second, Earhart at first, now with 1 away. Pitch is low for a ball. Good stop by Kavanaugh. 1-0 count here on Doskow. Mocs trying to protect a 5-4 lead. 1-0. High, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes here on Doskow. Fox comes set, and the pitch swung on and missed. 2-1, and I think Doskow would probably like to have that one back. Looked a little inside. 2-1 count on the Spartan first baseman. Fox to the plate, fouled into the screen, and now it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 1 gone. Game at the top of the 5th. Mocs by 1. Big pitch coming up. 2-2. Fouled again. Just off to our right, off the screen. Two on Doskow. Layla at second can run. Base hit will probably get him in. 2-2. Called strike 3 inside corner, and he is really not happy about that. Strikeout number 4 for Fox. So now 2 outs. And here is Santiago Garavito, who is fan and flight out to Starks in center, 0 for 2. And Cavanaugh wants a word here with Fox. So now if you're Joe Urso coaching down at third, do you maybe put something on, try to get these guys moved up? With no outs, that probably would not have been a good move. But with Layla at second, he can run. You never know. Now we will check here. Well, the second baseman, D'Onofrio, he's getting a little closer to the bag. I think he thinks that what might be happening. Now he backs off. First pitch is a good curveball for a strike, 0-1. I don't think Garavito was looking for that one. D'Onofrio sort of trying to keep Layla as close as possible without getting out of position. No balls, 1 strike here on Garavito. Good lead by Lala at second. Pitch is just inside, 1-1. 1-1 on Santiago Garavito. He's the designated hitter in game 2. Was behind the plate in game 1. And last night. 1-1. Inside 2-1. Boy, the Mocs fans thought that might have been it. But no dice. 2 balls and 1 strike here on Garavito. Fox ready. Checks Lala at second. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good curveball by Jordan Fox. 2-2. So 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on. 1 in for the Spartans so far here in the 5th. Fox set. Looks at Lala. Comes to the plate. High ball 3. So now both runners will be off here on a 3-2 count and 2 outs. So a big moment here in the game. Fox ready. Looks and delivers. Fly ball left center field. Should be playable out there. Sefrich will wrap it up for the 3rd out to retire the side. So a really good job by Jordan Fox. After a homer, a walk, and a single, he retires the next 3 batters that he faces. 4.5 in the books, halfway home here in Game 2. Mocs lead at 5-4 on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back. Bottom of the fifth coming up. 5-4 Florida Southern. Umps just had some conversations with the Mocs coaching staff. As we get set to go with the heart of the order, it's going to be Drew Kavanaugh, Bryce Safarich, and Connor Berry. 3, 4, 5 in that Mocs order. Against the right-hander Jack Brodsky, who's come in and done a nice job. Got retired all 4 batters he has faced, 1 on strikeout. And his job has been to keep his team close, and so far he has done just that. Kavanaugh singled and scored in that 5-run third. He fanned in the first, 1 for 2. Drew now 4 for 9 in the series and 3 for 6 today. His hitting streak has indeed been extended to 18 games. And now Urso, the manager, is going to have a word over here. And let's bring on Clay Rowe. Clay, what's going on here? Do you know?
I think it's just some conversations about both on both sides. I think Lala during that walk had a couple words, and Mock's bench responded with some more words. So I think it's just a general warning to both sides, so we don't have any more issues. But spirited rivalry between both teams, so not too surprising. Plus, it's been a long day already. Mocs, I know, are a little frustrated with the last couple games, so but I personally kind of like the spirit. I like the wanting to be in it, and but I think that was just warnings there.
1-1 on Kavanaugh. Well, it's 115 to 111 lifetime here in this series. So you can imagine what these games have been like down through the years. This one's no different. 1-1 to the Mocs. Catcher line shot into center field. That's going to be a base hit. Wallett's got to come over to his left to gather it up, and Kavanaugh with his second hit in the game is aboard. So let's see if the Mocs can parlay that into something here. Hit number 7 for Florida Southern. Tampa has 6. So here's Bryce Safarich. He has singled and struck out 1 for 2. He now is on a 16-game hitting streak. Again, the Mocs don't play again until next Friday night. They'll be up at St. Leo. 3-game series against St. Leo. Pitch is a called strike, 0-1 here to Safarich. Four for 12 in the series, 2 for 6 today. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch is hit on ground to second. Earhart, big hop. Urso at second for 1. Throw to first is wild, but they would not have gotten Safarich anyway. He'll be aboard on the fielder's choice, and Kavanaugh is retired at second base for the first out. So that would get Connor Berry to the plate. Berry reached on a fielder's choice, walked, and scored. He's 4 for 11 in the series, 3 for 6 in the doubleheader. And first game had 2 big home runs for the Mocs over that fence in left center field. Brodsky, remaining in the game, has done well. Pitch is a called strike, 0-1. And boy, when he lives at the knees like that, he is tough to hit. We can see why he's 0.00. Oh, 1 count here now on Berry. Safarich at first. Pitch is hit foul out of play off the screen. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Connor Berry. Brodsky to the belt. Safarich leads away at first. Doskow holds him on. 0-2. Way up, 1-2. Curveball didn't have a lot of bite on that one. 1-2 on Berry. Brodsky ready. Safarich is going. Pitch is fouled out of play, so he'll have to come back. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Safrich has 3 steals in 3 attempts this season. That was going to be number 4. 1-2 on Barry. Pretty good lead at first by Safrich. Not going. Pitch is hit on the ground to short. Urso to Earhart at second for 1. Throw to first, double play. 6-4-3 on the double play from Urso to Earhart to Doskow. Safrich is eliminated at second, and Barry is out at first. 1 hit and no one left on. We have played 5. It's a good one. Mocs lead at 5-4 over Tampa here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Jordan Fox remains in the game here for Florida Southern. Last 2 outings he has had, he has pitched 6 innings. So this is his 6th inning here today against the University of Tampa Spartans. Be interesting to see. No Mocs pitcher had gone 7 this year until last night when Nathan Madej really battled to get through 7. We'll see how Fox does here in this inning and whether or not Mocs head coach Lance Necro decides to stay with him. He's been pretty good, but he has given up home runs. He's given up 2 to Gutcher and 1 to Layla. Those are the Spartan runs for the most part. As the Mocs with that 5-run 3rd inning have a 5-4 lead as we get set to start play here in the 6th. Anthony Nunez will start it off. It's Nunez, Cumbo, and Lyons. First 3 scheduled batters here for Joe Urso's team. Nunez is grounded out and fly to right. He is 0 for 2, 1 for 11 in the series, and 1 for 6 today. So the Mocs have had his number. We mentioned he came in batting .326 and to the series. That's going to go down pretty far. First pitch by Fox is a good curveball for a strike. 0-1. 0-1 here on Nunez. Fox working quickly. Hard grab ball. Third, it takes a bad hop. It goes over Riley's head. It'll be an infield single for Nunez. I think Riley probably had a play on it if that thing hadn't taken a wicked hop. Looked like it might have even hit the bag. It's hard to tell.
Didn't hit the bag, I don't think, but like you said, protecting himself because that bounce kind of went not where he was expecting. Yeah. He was ready for it for sure, though, but, yeah, kind of protecting his head there. Make sure you don't get hit.
7 hits now for the Spartans. Here is Cumbo. He is doubled and flied out 1 for 2. Pitch is swung on and missed, 0-1. Cumbo 4 for 13 in the series, 2 for 8 today. 0-1 count with a runner at first and nobody out. Swing and a miss. Another good one from Jordan Fox, and Cumbo quickly behind in the count, 0-2.
And you mentioned we'll see how long Fox goes here, but he's at 93 pitches, 56 strikes. So definitely a little bit. He went over 100 to start the season against Eckerd in that kind of midweek game, but yeah, definitely, I guess, outside.
Just outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think we're at the point of the season right now, though, where we're going to see pitchers go a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. They're starting to throw a little bit more. Now that we kind of digging back deep into, conference play, really the only team in the Sunshine State Conference that hasn't, had more than 1 or 2 conference series. This is only our Florida Southern second, having swept Eckerd a couple weeks ago.
2-2 count. Line shot, base hit center field. Starks has got to get over. That's going to send Nunez over to third where he will go in standing up. The runner going to go to second. It's going to wind up being a double for Combo. And now the Spartans with runners at second and third and nobody out here in the sixth. So here's DeMarcus Lyons now. Well, now the big question is you bring the infield up here. It does not look like they are going to. We are in the sixth inning, so there's still plenty of time left. But any ground ball is probably going to get a run in here. And, of course, the danger is if you bring it up and it's a ground ball where you would normally field it, could get 2 runs. So they're going to stay back here with nobody out. Pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. And, again, we do not see the Mocs bullpen. I think I see a catcher down there throwing. So I just barely caught a glimpse of a catcher. So maybe there is somebody warming up there. 1-0 count here on Lions. Ground ball, that's going to get into left field, a base hit. That's going to get Nunez in. Combo will go over to third and stop there. An RBI single for Lions. And we are all even at 5 here in the sixth. And for DeMarcus Lyons, Jamarcus Lyons with his 7th run batted in this season. And Lance Niekro on his way to the mound. Well, I think we may get our answer right here. Somebody has indeed been warming up, and we are going to have ourselves a pitching change. Don't go away. We'll tell you about the new Mocs pitcher when we come back. We're all even at 5 in the sixth on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Lake Fisher is the new Mocs pitcher here in the 6th inning. Fisher coming into the game here is appearing for the 9th time. He's 2-0 with a 3.50 ERA. He has made 3 starts this year. 18 innings, 16 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 4 walks, 18 strikeouts in 18 innings for Lake Fisher, a .232 opponent's batting average. He will come in here as the Spartans have knocked out Jordan Fox. Fox wound up going 5 innings, and a couple of runners on base are his responsibility. 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. But it's going to be up to Fisher now to try to stem the tide here as Tampa with runners at first and second, nobody out. And home run hitting Danny Gutcher is the scheduled batter here. And we will see if they can figure out a way to get him out. He's hit home runs in each of his 2 trips to the plate, has driven in 3 of the Spartans' 5 runs.
We're going to see Jose Cadenas again.
Cadenas at first. Okay, as a pinch runner for Lions. Well, the Mocs need a double play in the worst way. But Cadenas at first, he can fly. And there he goes. And there is absolutely no chance to throw him out. He'll get a steal. No, not even a play. So Cadenas gets a steal. And Lake Fisher seemed like he took a long time in the stretch there. 1-0 count now. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Now the infield is up. 1-0. outside 2-0. Well, the steal by Cadenas does now open first base, but I don't think you want to load the bases here with nobody out in the sixth, because you got the top of the order coming up. 2-0 count on Gutcher. Foul ball out of play. Boy, and you know what he's thinking. I've hit 2 home runs today. I am on fire, and I'm going to hit something that's coming down the pike. 2-1 count. Fisher to the belt. 2-1. Line shot down the line and left. It's foul by an eyelash. And Kutcher carried his bat all the way to first. He probably thought it was going to go foul. 2-2 count on Kutcher. Can Fisher get a punch out here? Boy, that would help the matters. Long look in by Fisher. 2-2. Ball, and good stop by Cavanaugh. That thing was low. Remember, that runner at third, that ball gets by the catcher. That's a problem. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Gutcher. Cumbie at third and Cadenas at second. Payoff pitch on the way. Ball 4, bases loaded. So now it's Jordan Lala, who was homered, walked twice. And he has been tough, to say the least, in this series. 4 for 12, 3 for 6 today. Been on all 3 times here in this game. Base is loaded. Infield is up, so you know they're coming home on a ground ball. First pitch by Fisher is outside. Now it's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Fisher's out at Dunedin, transfer from Bethune-Cookman. Dunedin, of course, on the west coast here. 1-0. Ground ball to first. That should go where they're going to say foul ball. Foul ball at home plate. But that would have been an interesting decision there for Magdich. If he gets a ground ball in that spot, he's got a chance for a double play if he steps on the bag and then throws home. And he might be able to do that. Again, the infield stays up here on 1-1. Fisher ready. Pitch on the way. Shot, base hit, right field. That's going to get 1 in. Here comes Cumbo. Rounding third on his way in is Cadenas. The throw is in, not in time. It's a 2-run single for Lala, and now Tampa has taken a 7-5 lead. On the play, Gutcher stops at second. So now it is 7-5 as Cumbo and Cadenas both score. And now here's Earhart, singled, hit into a double play, and popped out 1 for 3. First and second now. Gutcher at second and Lala at first. 2 more RBIs for Lala. Gives him 4 in the series. He bunts it down to third base line. That is a great bunt. Nobody's going to get anybody out on that one. A great bunt by Earhart. So on the play, Gutcher goes to third, Lala to second. Base is still loaded. And here is J.D. Urso. Boy, Tampa has opened this thing up. 3 here in the 6th. It's 7-5. And we are not close to finishing this half inning. The infield stays up. And had they been back on that last one, wouldn't have mattered. That was just a base hit. First pitch to Fisher is a called strike on the inside corner to Urso. Urso has doubled, fouled out, and struck out 1 for 3. JD is 6 for 11 in the series. 4 for 8 today. 0-1. Little number pop fly. Oh, what a great catch by D'Onofrio. Oh, what a play by Mitch D'Onofrio. Wow. Again, that's what happens when the infield is up. You get a little number like that. But D'Onofrio went back as far as he could to make the play. If the infield had been a normal spot, that would have been a pop-up. But a big out, 1 out. And now it looks like they're going back. D'Onofrio is going to be back at his spot, as is Relaford. And here is E.J. Doskoff, who was fanned twice and fouled out 0 for 3. He's 2 for 11 in the series. Bases still loaded, though, with 1 away. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Gutcher is at third, Lala at second, and Earhart at first. 3 in here in the inning. Tampa leads at 7-5. Oh, 1, 0-2. Swing and a miss by Dosko. Santiago Garavito, next scheduled batter. Lake Fisher needs a punch out. 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3. And Dosko really did not like that one. So he is out, number 2, the first strikeout for Fisher. So here is Garavito with the bases loaded and 2 outs, and I think we may get a pinch hitter here. Let's see. Urso is checking his lineup card, and I think we will. And this pinch hitter will come up in a heck of a spot. Bases remain loaded, 2 outs.
Yeah, it's going to be number 15, Adam Hunt. He came in yesterday's
Yes, he
game,
did. He got a hit, too, yesterday. So here is Hunt for Garavito. Now, again, it's a designated hitter, so we don't know whether Hunt's going to stay in or not. But the bases are loaded. Gutcher at third, Lala at second, Earhart at first. Boy, does Fisher need another one here or any kind of an out? Keep this thing close. Line shot, right field. Wells, going to be there, makes the catch. So a good job by Fisher to get out of further trouble, but in the 6th, it's a 3-spot for Tampa. They have 5 base hits in the inning, and they are going to leave 3 runners on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Mock's got to chase the game a little bit more again. It's 7-5 Tampa on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Well, Jordan Lala has moved to left field for the Spartans, and Cadenas will take over in center, just like we have seen now in all 3 games here in the series. It looks like the Spartans like to rotate that left field position, maybe get some people up. Austin Hunt hit it pretty well, but it was a good play that Nick Wells wrapped up for the 3rd out. So we're going to the bottom of the 6th. The Mocs have not scored since the 3rd. In fact, that's the only inning they have scored in in the game, and they had a big third. They got 5 runs, had a 5-3 lead, but as we go to the bottom of the 6th, they are down 7-5 here to the University of Tampa Spartans. Spartans trying to sweep the series. So here's Mitch D'Onofrio to start it off. Base hit RBI in the 3rd, popped to short to Urso in the 2nd, so he is 1 for 2. D'Onofrio is 4 for 6 today and 5 for 9 in the series. And he hit a bomb of a home run here earlier. High fly ball. That's going to be caught. In fact, it's an infield fly. And Urso's going to get it. At shortstop, 1 away. So D'Onofrio just got under it a little bit. 1 down, and here is Sean Riley. Riley is fanned and walked, so officially 0 for 1. 3 for 6 today and 4 for 10 in the series. He has a 17-game hitting streak on the line here. He has been really, really good. Brodsky remains in, and he has been tough. Fouled into the screen by Riley, 0-1. Brodsky's allowed 1 hit and has 1 strikeout. 0-1 count on Riley. 0-2. Good fastball that time by Brodsky. No balls, 2 strikes on the Mocs third baseman. Bottom of the 6th. Mocs down 2. Low for a ball, 1-2. Deontay Starks is next. Pitch on the way. Outside, 1-2. Or 2-2, rather. 2-2 on Riley. Mocs again need some base runners. Brodsky, long look, ready to go. Fouled off the screen to our right near the Mocs dugout. And it's 2-2. One out, no one on, bottom of the 6th. Pitch by Brodsky is swung on and missed. He got Riley for out number 2. That is his 2nd strikeout since coming on. And so here is Starks. Starks singled and scored in that 5-run third. He also fanned to end the inning. He was the only one who batted twice as the Mocs sent 10 men to the plate in that 3rd frame. So he steps in with 2 outs and no one on here in the bottom of the 6th. 7-5 in favor of Tampa. Pitch is hit in the air. Pretty deep center field. Cadenas is going to be right against the fence to make the catch for the 3rd out to retire the side. Starks hit it well, but Cadenas had it played all the way. Up and down in order go the Mocs in inning number 6. We go to the 7th. It's 7-5 Tampa on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Andrew Williamson takes over here in the top of the 7th inning. He had a really, really good 8th inning here last night for the Mocs, and he has had a tremendous season so far. A 1.46 earned run average, made 10 appearances, all in relief, 12 and a third innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks, 15 strikeouts, and opposing hitters batting only 186 against Andrew Williamson. He will take over now following Jordan Fox and Lake Fisher. Fisher went an inning, gave up 2 runs and 2 base hits. And he, struck out 1 and walked 1. So now Williamson's charge is again to hold the fort, and he did that brilliantly here yesterday. He pitched the 8th inning in that game, and the Mocs had a lead, held on to it, but the Mocs gave up a run in the 9th and a run in the 10th to lose 5-4. So Williamson will face Nunez, Cumbo, and then it should be Cadenas, who's now playing center field. So Nunez had a single in that 6th inning, scored a run, fly to right, grounded to third, 1 for 3, 2 for 12 in the series, and 2 for 7 today. Now, we mentioned earlier, Mocs have had his number pretty well, but again, he can do it, and he did the last time up. First pitch by Williamson, he shows bunt and takes a strike, 0-1. Riley was playing pretty deep at third. And Magditch very deep at first. 0-1 pitch is outside, 1-1. Nunez, Cumbo, and Cadenas here in the 7th. Good curveball for a strike, and it's 1-2. Well, that's what we saw yesterday. Boy, when that curveball is breaking, it is good.
That's what we're seeing all year from him so far, and that's fouled there. But he's done a fantastic job. Only 2 earned runs all year, 12.1 innings pitched. And the last several appearances, he's just been 1 or 2 innings, striking out quite a few. So he's been great. And what you don't see on the stat sheet necessarily is that's going to be fouled off left too. But some of the situations that he's come in. So I remember, I believe it was IUP or the Kentucky, I think it was IUP, came in with bases loaded and got us out. So just a great job by him, overall, and lots of good work, I would say, the last several appearances.
Yeah, it sure has. When I look at the numbers, his last 6 outings, he has pitched 7 shutout innings and given up 2 hits.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss, and that's one of the reasons why right there. Nunez strikes out for out number 1 here in the 7th inning. So to get E.J. Cumbo to the plate. In fact, Williamson's only 2 runs given up over a month ago, one against Eckerd and one against University of North Georgia. That's it. I mean, he has been lights out ever since. So Cumbo, 2 doubles in the game and a flyout, 2 for 3, has scored 1. And check swing, did he go? I think he did. It's 0-1. He's 5 for 14 in the series, 3 for 9 here today. And it's been a lot of at-bats over 2 days when one guy's been up 14 times. A lot of hitting going on. Tampa with 11 hits in this one to 7 for the Mocs. It's pretty similar to last night. No balls, 1 strike here on Cumbo. That'll be a strike. Good pitch by Williamson, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on the Spartan right fielder. Pitch is swung on and missed out of the strike zone. Cumbo went chasing and didn't get it. So 2 quick outs here in the 7th, courtesy of Andrew Williamson. So here's Cadenas. Scored the run, came in as that pinch runner for Lions in that 3-run sixth and did score. And again, he's a veteran of this Spartan team. We mentioned he's played over 100 games for him. High fly ball down the line and left. Let's see if it stays in the park. It's going to be, let's see, could not. Did he get it? He did. A great catch in left field by Safarich in foul territory for the third out to retire the side. We had to wait because it was out of our view, and the umpire signaled the out, and the Spartans are gone in the seventh. Good inning for Andrew Williamson and the Mocs. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Mocs need 2 at 7-5 Tampa on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Left-hander Cameron Sarita comes on here for the University of Tampa in the bottom of the seventh inning. This will be his 6th appearance of the year. He has no record and no ERA. He's pitched 7 2/3 innings, a 5-hit ball with no runs scored at all, 2 walks and 12 strikeouts, and opposing hitters only a $1.79 against Cameron Sarita, the left-hander. Sarita is a junior out of Weeki High School, transfer from St. John's River Community College. So he is coming on here in the bottom of the seventh to try to protect a 2-run lead. Brodsky did a really great job. 3 1/3 innings, no hits, or 1 hit rather, no runs. And he was lights out. He had 2 strikeouts, no walks. We see why Brodsky had an 0.00 ERA. Now let's see about Sarita here as Rutherford gets it started in the seventh. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0. Javon has single scored in that 5-run third and flied to left in the fourth. So 1 for 2. 2 for 6 in the doubleheader, 3 for 9 in the series. 1-0 count, way out, it's 2-0. Mocs with 5 in the third, and that has been it. Had 5 of their 7 hits in that inning. They need to get something going here. Pitch is hit in the air to deep left field, but it's going to go. It's gone. How about that? Rutherford just drilled one, and there goes your 0.00 real quick. Rutherford with a home run, and now the Mocs are down by 1. Javon Rutherford. And that is his first home run of the year. And, boy, you can see how happy he is. Numero uno for Rutherford. And now we got a 1-run game. And, boy, again, the left fielder Lala did a great deke job. It looked like he's going to catch it. And then he just watched it sail. So it's 7-6, and here is Magdich. He is single, grounded out, and flied out, 1 for 3. Pitches outside for a ball, 1-0. That is the first run given up by Sarita this year. And that came fast. Pitch again outside, 2-0. Tampa with action in the bullpen. 1-run lead. I don't know how long Joe Ursa will go with them. We'll see. 2-0 count. Called strike 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike on Magdich. Mocs down 1. Outside 3-1. Would like to get some base runners. Got the heart of the order coming up. 3-1 pitch, check swing, called strike, 3-2. Three balls, two strikes on Magdich. Big pitch coming up from Sarita. Here it is. And he popped it up. Second baseman Earhart calling for it. Now drifting, and holds on. The snow cone effect. Earhart held on. The wind is blowing in that direction, although not all that strong right now, but that thing just kept blowing away from him. And somehow he made the catch. So one gone. Here's Nick Wells, who was fanned twice and grounded out. Sarita ready. Boy, that thing really could have dropped. Swing and a miss by Wells, 0-1. On the Mocs right fielder. Pitch on the way. Chopper up the middle. Earhart's going to grab it. The long throw will be in time. And Wells is out, number 2. Tough break for Wells, boy. He went hard, just couldn't quite get there. So here's Drew Cavanaugh. He's got his 2 singles, scored a run, and fanned 2 for 3. Cavanaugh 4 for 7 in the doubleheader, 5 for 10 in the series. Sarita's first pitch is a good breaking ball, comes in 0-1. Mocs got one back, down 7-6. Outside, now 1-1. One on Cavanaugh. 2 outs, no one on and 1 in here in the 7th. Pitch on the way is outside. It's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sarita ready, and the pitch, that's inside. I think he thought it was going to break in, but did not. Stayed in, and it's 3-1 now on Cavanaugh. Safrich on deck if Cavanaugh can get aboard here. (3-1). Pitch is hit into the air, into deep left field, and that ball is gone. Home run! Gone, a home run! And we're tied at 7. Drew Cavanaugh. Boy, those guys, outfielders, are good. They deked it again. But a home run ties this thing up at 7 in the 7th. How about Drew Cavanaugh? Crushed it, number 9 this season for Cavanaugh. And the Mocs have answered back here in the 7th with 2 runs. So then he gets Safrich to the plate. He is singled, fanned, and reached on a fielder's choice, 1 for 3. And time is called. Joe Urso on his way to the mound, and I get a feeling we may get a Spartan pitching change here in the 7th. And I believe that is what we will have here. He hasn't really signaled yet, but yeah, he's taking the ball. That's it. Well, we'll get you the new Spartan pitcher when we come back. New ball game, bottom of the 7th, all even at 7 on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Ashton Pokal, the new pitcher here for the University of Tampa in the bottom of the 7th. This will be his 5th appearance of the year. He has made one start. He's a 1-0 record and a 1.64 ERA. Pitched 11 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts. And opposition batters hitting .211 against Ashton Pokal. He's out of St. John's, Florida, a freshman, Bartram Trail High School. And he is coming in here in the 7th after 2 home runs by Relaford and Kavanaugh have tied this thing up at 7. Cerrito went 2/3 of an inning, gave up those 2 hits, and that's it. So here's Safaridge coming up now. Single, strikeout, and reached on a fielder's choice, 1 for 3. Game all even. Mox now with 9 hits, Spartans with 11. No errors on either side so far. Pokal's first pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Well, give the Mox credit, boy. They have been resilient. They battled back here after having that 5-3 lead. Pitch is in a little soft liner, but Urso is going to be right there to make the catch for the 3rd out to retire the side. But a pair of bombs by Relaford and by Kavanaugh. That makes this thing all even after 7. No one left on for the Mox. We go to the 8th. It's 7-7 on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. New pitcher for the Mox, Justin Stewart, takes over here in the top of the 8th inning. Stewart, a 4.26 ERA, 3-1 overall record, his 6th appearance of the season. 6 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 6 walks, 8 strikeouts. Opposing batters hitting .240 against Justin Stewart. And to me, what's interesting about his numbers is he's been in 5 games as a reliever. He's got 4 decisions. So it seems like when he comes in, game is on the line. And he's got a record of 3 wins and 1 loss to speak for it. Great 1 inning by Williamson. Got himself 2 strikeouts and retired the Spartans in order. So we go to the 8th, and it is a 7-7 tie. And Ashton Pokal's mother just came by to tell us something really interesting. And I think it tells you a lot about where we are. She said that Ashton Pokal's grandfather pitched here at Henley Field. So how many generations ago was that? A bunch.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, overhearing that's a sweet moment. And like you said, that just says a lot about the history of Henley Field.
Oh.
And, just so much, here.
Very, very cool. So here we go now. Home run hitting Danny Kutcher will come up. He's got 2 bombs and a walk. So Stewart is going to be asked to keep it here, maybe give the Mox a chance to get this one in the win column. It's Kutcher, then Lala and Earhart. We get back to the top of that order, and boy, that has been tough today. So is this 9 spot with this guy. Justin Stewart's first pitch is a curveball for a strike, 0-1. We are seeing a lot of pitchers here in Game 2 for both sides. Each team now with 4 pitchers in the game. Oh, 1 pitch, way up and in, 1-1. That backed Gutcher off in a hurry. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Game in the top of the 8th, second game of the doubleheader. Tampa won the opener 11-8. Just off the plate, it's 2-1. Spartans won last night in 10, 5-4. Lights are on. I mean, it's still daylight here. We're in daylight saving time, but I'd say another hour we won't be. 2-1. Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-one on Kutcher. Stewart ready, and the pitch. Fouled at home plate. It's 3-2. Three-two on the Spartans catcher here in game 2. Stewart to the belt. And the payoff. Called strike 3. No question about it. A great curveball by Stewart, 1 away. So back to the top of the order. Jordan Lala coming up. What's he done today? Well, how about a home run, a single, and 2 walks in 4 trips to the plate? That's in game 2. He was 2 for 5 in game 1 with a couple of RBIs and runs scored there. He has had himself a series, 6 for 14. And the pitch of the strike, 0-1. Stewart looking pretty good right now. He's out of Bartow and a transfer from Pasco Hernando State College. 0-1 pitch is fouled out of play. It's 0-2. Bartow, of course, here in Polk County, if you're not familiar with the area, not very far from here. And Pasco Hernando over towards the west coast. 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. Oh, wild and hitting. And I mean, it was wild. So for the 5th time in the game, Lala gets on. And now with the game tied at 7, watch out for him running at first. Coach Joe Urso giving the signals down at 3rd. Lala's got a couple of steals today, got caught once. Has 18 for the year. So here is Earhart, 2 hits his last 2 times up, went out his first 2, 2 for 4, 6 for 13 in the series, 5 for 9 in the doubleheader. High fly ball, deep left center field. It's going to stay in the ballpark, though, and it's going to be caught by Saffridge for the out, 1 away. Well, it's interesting. This is baseball, but it seemed like at that point a chance to maybe move that runner up, but you never know. So a runner at first now and 2 outs, and here is Urso. He has been out his first 2 times, or his last 2 times. The fan and a strikeout and a pop-up. He doubled in the 3rd and fouled out in the first, 1 for 4. So Lala now may go. Not much to lose here. Pitch is a fastball for a strike, 0-1. You would think the Spartans would want to try to get him into scoring position, and if they don't, well, Urso leads off the next inning. 0-1, not going. Pitch is high for a ball. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Urso. Lala, the runner at first, 2 gone here in the 8th inning. Bigger lead. Not going, 1-1, low, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Urso. Lala leads away at first. 2-1 pitch, outside 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike on J.D. Urso. Justin Stewart, 4th mock pitcher on the mound. Pitch on the way. Fouled out of play. And it's 3-2, I believe. Yep, 3-2 is the count. So let's see if Lala goes now. This is an ideal spot to go. Stewart ready. Still looking. Gonna go. Pitch is hit on the line. Caught by D'Onofrio at second for the third out to retire this side. So in the eighth, a good job by Justin Stewart. He does hit a batter, but that runner is left aboard. We go to the bottom of the eighth. Let's see if the Mocs can get a run or two. It's 7-7 on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. We go to the bottom of the eighth. It is all even at 7. Boy, wouldn't this be the good inning to get a run or two and put some heat on the Spartans in the ninth. So Connor Berry's going to get it started here. It'll be Berry, D'Onofrio, and Riley. It's three pretty good guys coming up. Berry is 0 for 2 in this one. He has walked and scored. Connor 3 for 7 in the doubleheader and 4 for 12 in the series. Takes a strike 0-1. He had 2 home runs in game 1. And would love to get aboard here to start inning number 8. Way high from Pokal, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Connor Berry, leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Mocs. Game even at 7. And that hits him. Well, that's the way to get on. It's called taking one for the team. And so he will be at first with nobody out. So here's D'Onofrio, and again, I would think, do you play station-to-station baseball here? D'Onofrio's a really good hitter. He's 1 for 3. He is 4 for 7 in the doubleheader, 5 for 10 in the series. You probably don't want to take the bat out of his hands with a bunt, and the third baseman, Nunez, doesn't think so. He's way back. He's not showing it, and he takes a strike 0-1. Probably will be swinging away. Mocs trying to get something going here with a runner on and nobody out. Pitch is upstairs, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike here on D'Onofrio. Berry at first, no one out, bottom of the 8th. He represents the go-ahead run. 1-1. Fly ball, fairly deep center. Cadane is back. He'll make the catch. And quickly back to first is Berry, 1 gone. Hit it well. But Cadane is probably about 385 from home plate, makes the catch. So here's Riley. Riley has fanned twice and walked, so I would say he is due. He's got a 17-game hitting streak on the line here. And boy, what a great time it would be to get one here. Berry remains at first with 1 gone. Pitch is swung on and missed by Riley, 0-1. Riley looks like he's got a little uppercut swing there. Well, you know what he wants to do. No balls, 1 strike. Berry sneaking off a little bit. That's just outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Riley has 3 homers this season. Shot into center field. Let's see if it gets down. It will not. Cadenas will run it down for the out. So 2 gone now, and Berry remains at first. For Deontay Starks, single, fanned, and fly to center. He is 1 for 3 and has scored a run. Starks 3 for 8 in the doubleheader. 3 for 11 in the series. 2 outs, the runner at first. Berry really not a threat to run at first. Would not think they would be putting anything on with him. Pitch is a called strike, 0-1 here to Starks. Home runs by Relaford and Cavanaugh in the 7th got this thing even. Outside for a ball, 1-1. One ball, one strike to count. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. That pitch out of the zone kind of fools Starks a little bit. And it's 1-2 now, and Deontay Starks. Pokel working quickly. That pitch way inside, and it's now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Starks. Berry at first, 2 gone. Bottom of the 8th, we're even at 7. Pokel's pitch is fouled out of play by Starks over near the Mocs dugout off the screen. And it stays 2-2. Quickly working here is Pokel. 2-2 pitch way outside, 3-2. So with 2 outs, Berry will be off here. Good opportunity if Stark can find a hole here. Runner going, pitch. Lined into left field, a base hit. Berry will stop at second. And Starks with his second hit of the day. And the Mocs now with first and second, 2 gone. And Jevin Relaford will be the batter. He hit one out of here in the 7th. Got a base hit, scored a run in the 3rd, fly to left in the 4th. So 2 for 3. Big moment in the game. 9th hit for the Mocs. Pitch and a swing and a miss by Relaford, and he shakes his head. Yep, he knew it. 0-1 now on the Mocs shortstop. Berry at second, Starks at first. Pitch by Pokel, swing and a miss, 0-2. 2 good pitches to Relaford. Oh-2 count on the Mocs shortstop. Pitch on the way. High fly ball. Let's see if it's going to stay in. Cadenas going back. He's got room, and he will make the catch in center field for the 3rd out to retire this side. Boy, Relaford gave it a ride, but it just didn't go far enough. So 2 hits, 2 left on. We go to the 9th. It's 7-7, Mocs and Spartans here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Justin Seward stays in the game for the Mocs as we get set to start play. Top of the 9th inning. Game 2 of the doubleheader. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters for the University of Tampa. It'll start off with E.J. Doskoff. We're going to have to wait and see on the second batter because Adam Hunt did pinch hit for Garavito the last time up. So we'll see if Hunt stays in the game, and then we get Nunez. The first 3 scheduled batters against the right-hander Justin Stewart, who hit a batter and fanned a batter in the 8th, but did a nice job. So it looks like we may be getting a pinch hitter. No, it is Adam Hunt. Looks like Hunt's going to get a chance to hit here. He did get a hit last night in a pinch hitting role. He'll follow Doskow here in the ninth. 7-7 tie. Williamson in the seventh, Stewart in the eighth has pitched really well for the Mocs. Let's see if Stewart can duplicate it here in the ninth. Game even at 7. Doskow is 0 for 4 in the game. 2 for 12 in the series, 1 for 6 today. First pitch by Stewart, swung on and missed, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike here on Doskow. Stewart ready, and the pitch, that'll be outside, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike on E.J. Doskow. Wind in the pitch, and that'll be a call strike, 1-2. 1-2, and the Spartans' first baseman leading off here in the ninth. Game is even at 7, so you could say it's on the line. 1-2. Curve way up, 2-2. Doskow has fanned 3 times here in his last 3 at-bats. 2-2 by Stewart on the way. High curve, 3-2. Almost the same pitch as the last one. Well, you don't want to walk Doskow to start the inning here. Stewart ready. And the payoff. Fouled out of play, and we'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes here on E.J. Doskow. Down to cases time here in game 2. Three-two count. Swing and a miss. Got him. The golden sombrero for Doskow here in this one. 4 Ks in the game. 1 gone in the ninth. So here's Adam Hunt. He will get a chance to hit. He came in as a pinch runner for Garavito and will stay in the game. As I mentioned earlier, he did get a hit last night. Comes in at .231, 3 of 13. Big guy, though, left-handed hitter. Stewart ready. Pitch is high for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes here on Adam Hunt. 1-0 pitch is high, 2-0. And I don't think Stewart liked either one of them. They were close. 2 balls, no strikes here on Hunt. Outside, 3-0. So 3-0 on the designated hitter, Adam Hunt. High ball 4, and no question about that one. So the potential go-ahead run is at first with 1 out. I think we're going to get a pinch runner for Hunt. And will. It's going to be, let's see, it's the guy we've seen a few times. In fact, 3 as a pinch runner. TJ Palma will pinch run here for Hunt. So Palma is a 1-out base runner, and Ryan Block, the Mocs pitching coach, out to the mound here. Wants to make sure that everybody knows what they're going to do here. And, of course, the big question for me is, and again, I guess I'm more of a sacrifice guy, which we don't see very much. Do you bunt here with one out? I don't think so, because you don't want to take the bat out of Nunez's hands. But the big question is, will Palma run? That certainly is a possibility. Nunez so far today is 1 for 4, got a single in that 3-run rally that the Spartans had in the 6th. He's fan fly to right and grounded to Riley at third. So Palma leads away. Magdich holds him on. Stewart eyes him not going, and the first pitch is high for a ball, 1-0, and it's 5 in a row out of the zone now by Stewart. And I'm sure Mr. Block, the pitching coach, had something to say about that when he went out there. 1-0 count here on Nunez. Low 2-0. Well, a hitter's pitch coming up, but he's thrown 6 in a row out of the zone. Do you make him throw a strike here? 2-0, did not swing, and it's 2-1. So he made him throw a strike. Now that he has, Nunez will probably be turned loose. 2-1 count. Pitch on the way. Hard ground ball. That's a base hit into right field. Rounding second on his way to third is Palma. They're going to dive. The throw is too late. He is in. It's a single by Nunez. Runners now at first and third with one away. And E.J. Cumbo coming up. Big moment in the game. Cumbo, the left-handed batter, has fanned, hit 2 doubles and flied out 2 for 4. Stewart, the long look in. First pitch is swung on and missed, or a foul ticked rather into Kavanaugh's glove, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Chopper over the head of Riley. Gloved by Relaford. Run's going to score an RBI single for E.J. Cumbo. And Tampa goes up 8-7. And on the play, Nunez gets into scoring position at second base. A big, high, old Baltimore chop, they used to call it. And not a thing in the world anybody could do about it. Cumbo gets his first run batted in of the game, his third in the series, second in the doubleheader. So now it is Cayendo coming up, playing in center field now. Fouled out in his only trip to the plate, down the line and left. Pitch by Stewart is a called strike, 0-1. That's a good pitch. 0-1 count. Stewart ready. A long look in. Big pitch coming up. Looks at second. Still looks at second. And fires. Pitch is low and outside, 1-1. Nunez at second's dancing off a little bit there. 1 ball, 1 strike here. On the center fielder, Cayende. Again, Stewart taking his time. High and away, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. On Cadenas, Runners lead away. Big spot here. Inside, it's 3-1. It almost hit Cadenas. Three balls, one strike. On the center fielder. Jose came in at 292 in the game. He's got the green light on 3-1. Check swing, he did not go, bases loaded. So that will get Nunez to third, Cumbo to second, Cadenas at first. One run is already in here, and the bases are loaded. And Stewart is staying in the game right now. Here is Gutcher. 2 homers, a walk, and a strikeout, 2 for 3. Mocs have got to hold it here. Low for a ball, 1-0. I think there's some activity in the bullpen down the line for the Mocs, but again, we don't have a real clear vision of it here. 1-0 count on Gutcher. Stewart needs an out. Long fly ball. Deep center field. That ball is gone. A grand slam for Danny Gutcher. His 3rd home run of the game. No doubt about it. And the Spartans have broken this thing open. It's 12-7. Holy mackerel. Ouch, 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 ouch. Well, he hit it. I mean, as soon as the ball left the bat, there just wasn't a doubt. So here's Lala. Stewart's bunted down to third base line. Riley can't pick it up. Lala would have probably beat it out anyway. So we can give him a hit, and that would be 3 for him today. Seems like Lala's been up about 100 times here in the doubleheader. But actually, he's been up 6 times in each game. Well, that'll tell you a lot. So Lala now with 3 singles, a homer. Now let's check that. 2 singles, 2 walks, a hit batsman, and a homer. Well, they haven't gotten him out. Here's Earhart now. He's got 2 hits in the game. Runner going to go. Pitch is low, and it's a stolen base this time for Lala. Cavanaugh had no chance to throw the ball. So it's 1-0 here now on Earhart. And boy, when it goes bad in a hurry. Gutcher now with 7 runs driven in here in this game on 3 round trippers. Pitch by Stewart is a called strike inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Earhart. Pitch is fouled into the screen, and it's 1-2. One out, 5 in. Pitch is low for a ball, 2-2. Well, no matter what happens to Danny Gutcher in his baseball career, he's not going to forget this day. Three round trippers and 7 driven in. Two, fouled out of play, and it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Earhart 2 for 5 in the game, 6 for 14 in the series, and 5 for 10 in the doubleheader. 15 hits now for Tampa. Mocs have 10, have scored 7. Last night was 5-4. First game was 11-8. This one's 12-7. Chopper foul towards third, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Earhart. You know, the Spartans play doubleheaders like this. This guy may get to 1,000 at-bats quicker than you think. Two balls, 2 strikes. Low, ball 3. Well, with a 12-7 score, I would think that Stewart's going to be asked to finish it here. Two count. Pitch on the way. High fly ball, short right field. Right fielder coming in, Wells will make the catch. And that will be the second out. So that'll get J.D. Urso to the plate, and as the Spartans have indeed batted around here in the 9th inning. So here is Urso. He is 1 for 5. He is 6 for 13 in the series and 4 for 10 today. Stewart ready. Runner Lotto leads away at second, and the pitch is fouled out of play by Urso. It's 0-1. Mocs are going to need a big 9th inning, and I mean a big one. Oh, 1. Fouled out of play. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Urso. Runner at second, 2 gone. High and away, 1-2. Second time in the game, the Spartans have batted around. They have 29 hits in the 2 games. Mocs have 25. There's not much difference. Stewart looks the runner back. 1-2. Shot up the middle, base hit into center field. Rounding third on his way in is Layla, and he will come in standing up. An RBI single here for Urso. And the Spartans have tacked on. It's 13-7 here in the 9th. Urso's 3rd RBI in the doubleheader. He came in to the season with 29, so he's the 32 runs driven in. And Lance Necro is not going to let Stewart finish. He's coming out to make a pitching change here in the 9th inning with a 13-7 score in favor of the Spartans. We'll go ahead and keep it here. And we'll talk about the new Spartan pitcher, or the new Mocs pitcher instead coming in. And we'll get you his number here momentarily. Stewart winds up going 1 2/3 innings. Had a good 8th inning, but this 9th inning was not very good, as you can see. But again, there was a big hit, and that was the grand slam by Kutcher. Coming in for the Mocs will be Evan Mobley, a right-hander. Mobley now being called on to finish it. A big 9th inning. Stewart's been charged with 6 runs here. And, of course, the runner on is his responsibility. Mobley coming in for Florida Southern. He has a 5.11 ERA. This will be his 7th appearance of the season. He has made 1 start. 12 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 8 walks, 11 strikeouts. opposing hitters batting .227 against Evan Mobley. So he's being called on to try to close the door here on this ninth inning, in which Tampa has put 6 on the board. This is the second time in the doubleheader that the Spartans have scored 6 in one inning. They scored 6 in the third inning of Game 1 en route to an 11-8 win. This one is now 13-7 in favor of Tampa, and it was 7-7 going to the ninth. The Spartans have had a big inning. An RBI single by Cumbo broke the tie, but then Kutcher broke the Mocs back. Kutcher with 3 homers, 7 driven in. So here is Doskow. He struck out to start the inning. And boy, things look pretty good at that point. But it's college baseball, and things can change in a hurry. And it sure did here. Doskow is 0 for 5 in the game. 4 strikeouts, and he takes it inside for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes on the Spartans' first baseman. Urso at first. Pitch is low. And Mobley fell down out there on the mound. Hope he's all right. 2-0 count here now. On Doskow. And now it is starting to get dark a little bit. Lights are definitely needed. Throw to first, and Urso dives back in. Well, it's been a tough doubleheader for the Mocs pitching-wise, no doubt about that. Two-0 count. Pitch is inside, 3-0. Andrew Williamson, the best Mocs pitcher today, and actually last night, besides Madej. Williamson had a scoreless inning last night, a scoreless inning here today. It's 3-0 now on Doskow. 3-0, and Doskow takes it, and they're going to say a strike, 3-1. Guess he went around. 3-1 count here on E.J. Doskow. Urso at first, 2 gone here in the ninth. 6 in for the Spartans. Pitch is fouled by Doskow. Down the line at third, and it stays 3-2 now, or it goes to 3-2. So with 2 outs, Urso will be off here. Going, and he hits Doskow on his leg on a 3-2 pitch. And that cannot feel good. Spartan trainers coming out. Well, it's been a tough second game for him at the plate. And this just kind of adds insult to injury to it a little bit. He is down on all fours, not getting up at the moment. Let's hope he's all right. Manager, Coach Joe Urso over there. Let's see if they keep him in the game or take him out. Mocs trainer coming over to help out too. But it looks like he's all right. And he's going to stay in the game. So Urso now at second, Doskow at first. So E.J. Palma, who came in pinch run and scored, is going to get an at-bat here. Palma is 3 for 10 this year, even 300. Or let's check that. He is 1 for 3. My mistake. 1 for 3. Pitch by Mobley is the ball, 1-0. Mobley, the 5th pitcher for the Mocs. One-0 count. Pitch is high for a ball, 2-0. On Palma. Urso at second, Doskow at first. 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0. Three-0 count. Strike right down the middle, 3-1. Three balls, one strike on P.J. Palma. Pitch will be a call strike. It's 3-2. Palma out of Pleasantville, New York. Full count. So again now both runners will be going here on 3-2. And they're going, and it's ball four, bases loaded. Urso goes to third. Doskoff to second. And Palma on at first. So here's Nunez. Nunez has two singles, 2 runs scored, 2 for 5 overall. Urso at third, Doskoff at second, and Palma at first. Mock's just looking for an out to get out of the inning. Pitch by Mobley is a ball, 1-0. Well, Mobley has hit a batter and walked a batter so far. 1-0 count on Nunez. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 6 in the ninth. Low, 2-0. Mobley is having trouble finding the strike zone. 2-0 pitch. Low, 3-0. Three balls and no strikes on Mobley. Righty winds, and the pitch, that's way low for ball four, and that'll walk a run in. So an RBI for Nunez as Urso crosses the plate. Heading over to third is Doskoff. To second is Palma. Bases remain loaded, and now Ryan Block, the Mocs pitching coach, heading out to the mound. Well, it's been a tough one, folks. No doubt about that. The Mocs pitching this weekend has not been real good. I have to be fair and say that. I mean, Madej pitched really well on Friday night or last night, and like Clay said earlier, it seems like that's a long time ago. But he did a good job. Williamson's had 2 good innings, but McAtee did not fare all that well today. And Fox gave up a few home runs. And it's just been one of those days. 11 runs in the first game, 14 here in the second. 14 hits in the first game for Tampa, 16 here in the second. And this is not over yet. Pitch is low for a ball. Nice stop by Cavanaugh. And it's 1-0 on combo. Doskoff at third, Palma at second, Nunez at first. Mobley ready. There's a strike, 1-1. Good pitch that time. Curveball. One count. Pitch is hit in the air, down the line and right. Wells giving chase. Is it's going to be a fair ball or foul? It'll be a foul ball, and Wells slams into the wall down there and could not hold on. Good hustle by Nick Wells, trying to make a play here in the ninth inning. Just could not quite get there. So it's 1-2 on combo. Mobley ready, and the pitch. Fouled out of play, looked like a ball. Off the screen right in front of the Spartans dugout. It stays the ball in 2 strikes. Feels like it may be getting a little cooler. Feels nice, though. I understand we have a cold front coming in tomorrow. in Florida in March. That's not bad. 1-2 pitches hit into the air, down the line in left field. Safrowicz coming on, and he will make the catch for the third out to retire the side. But in this fateful ninth, the Spartans score 6, and they will take they score 7, and they will take a 14-7 lead into the bottom of the ninth of Game 2 against the Mocs, who now need a big, big rally to keep it going. We're back after this on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Michael DeEmo comes on to try to finish it off here for the Spartans in the 7th inning. He has a 3.00 ERA. His third appearance of the season, has pitched 3 innings, 4 hits, a run, an earned run, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Opposing hitters batting .364 against the left-hander Michael DeEmo. And he's got a 7-run cushion to work with here, as the Spartans lead it 14-7 as we go to the bottom of the ninth of Game 2. Mocs get the top of the order up here. Magdich, Wells, and Kavanaugh. But it has just not been the Mocs series, no question. And they've scored enough runs here to win games, but the pitching just has not been here.
And it's Michael DeMo, and he's from Orlando. Shout out. Actually went to my alma mater. He went to my high school, Timber Creek.
Oh.
So shout out the Wolves. Not that I necessarily wanted it in this situation, but,
I was going to say.
Shout out.
Well, here we go. Magdich will be in. Magdich playing for the injured LaCourie is 1 for 4 today. He scored a run on a base hit back in that third inning when the Mocs got 5 and took a 5-3 lead. And we were 7-7 going to the ninth. And it went south in a hurry in that top of the ninth. So here's Magdich. And he takes the first pitch, a called strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch by Dummo is low, and it's 1-1. Nick Wells on deck, then Drew Kavanaugh here in the ninth. 1-1. Hard foul down the first baseline. Will stay foul. It's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Magdich. Magdich playing first base here and has pitched a little bit this year. 1 game for the Mocs. Pitch will hit on the ground to second. Earhart right there on 2 hops. Will go to first, 1 away. So to bring up Nick Wells, the Mocs right fielder here in Game 2. He's 0 for 4. Has fanned twice and grounded out twice. Had only had 3 previous at-bats this season. Has not played much this year. Was one of the standouts in that 29-21 Mocs team of a year ago. Pitch will be hit high in the air down the line at third. I think it's going to stay in play. And, well, maybe not. Well, the Spartan players are all over the place. Some of them out of the dugout over there. And if this had been a close game, I think Joe Urso might have been mad because that might have cost him an out. But it's 0-1 on Wells. Hard to tell where that thing actually landed because players were just scattering everywhere.
Yeah, it kind of looked like everyone lost it there, but it was in front of the little awnings. So, like you said, players last second trying to dodge out of the way.
That's right. 0-1 on Wells. Dumbo's pitch is high and away, 1-1. Mocs are on the road next weekend. They will be at St. Leo for a 3-game series. And there'll probably be a little soul-searching this week as the pitch is outside, 2-1. Well, Clay, I don't know about you, but I didn't really see this coming in terms of the pitching. I figured they were going to have a pretty good series here.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too, kind of given history. And normally, with heading like really deep into conference play, pretty much for the rest of the schedule, kind of was expecting a little bit more from the pitching, but it's been a busy week for
yes, it
all
has,
of
right?
us, for the bullpen, for these batters who have still been hitting pretty decent.
Mm-hmm. He caught it. Let's see. They're going to say out. Nick Wells is out for out number 2 on the strikeout, held by Gutcher. Well, what this guy has done today, he hasn't done anything wrong, has he?
Yeah, that was a good little snag there. So good on him. And with 2 outs, tough break for Florida Southern currently. And, having lost the last few games in a row, I think you mentioned it. I would assume a couple days off would be beneficial just on their bodies. And,
yep.
The fact that they've gone this stretch alone is, I think, pretty impressive. So shout out to the strength and conditioning staff.
Sure has. They had 3 games early in the week and now a 3-game series here. Sounds like minor league baseball or maybe even major league baseball. Play every day.
Yeah, and the one at the plate right now, Drew Kavanaugh, has played a lot, doing many. He was catcher for game 1 of this doubleheader, taking duties again for game 2. So a big shout out for him. I guess that's impressive. I think last year we saw a lot of just alternating between it was Joe Raffelli and Julio Cortez. So good to see a catcher willing and ready to go so far, and he's been doing pretty well. For the Mocs, I think it's probably a no-brainer to keep him there if he can.
And he does draw the walk here.
Yeah.
In fact, he had a home run his last time up after playing behind the plate for 17 innings.
Yeah.
So here's Safrowicz now. He is singled in 4 trips to the plate here in game 2. And timeout Urso coming out. And he's going to make a pitching change.
Taking off.
He is going to make a pitching change. 14-7. How about that? Well, a little bit unusual, I think. Why don't we take a quick break here? Let's tell you about the new Spartan pitcher when he comes in. 14-7, 2 outs in the ninth. Spartans 1 out away from a series sweep. We're back after this on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Eric Linder's called on to finish it here for the Spartans. He is making his 6th appearance of the season. He's got a 3.68 ERA, no record, 7 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a 259 opponent's batting average against for Eric Linder. So he'll get a chance to finish it off as the 6th pitcher for the Mocs. Ashton Pokel's going to wind up being the winner as long as it ends like this, and you certainly think it would be. A runner at first now is Kavanaugh with 2 outs. Safrich is the batter. And maybe Joe Urso just wanted to get young Mr. Linder in, give him a chance here. So here is Safrich, as we mentioned, a single and 4 trips to the plate. 2 for 9 in the doubleheader and 4 for 14 in the series. Mocs down to their final out, losing by 7 here, and all 7 in the 9th. Called strike 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count here on Safrich. To the belt, curveball. And that backs Safrich off the plate. I think he was waiting for it to break, and it didn't, and he had to get out of there in a hurry. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Mocs left fielder. Linder to the belt. Kavanaugh leads away at first. Pitches it, line shot right to J.D. Urso, and that will do it. In the 9th, there was a walk and 1 runner left on. The final score here in Game 2 of the doubleheader, 14-7. Tampa beats the Mocs. They win the first game at 11-8, and with a 5-4 10-inning win last night, they sweep the series. We'll come back, wrap things up from Henley Field here. A tough day for Florida Southern as the Mocs lose all 3 games in the series to the Spartans. We're back after this 1 minute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Well, this was the Danny Gutcher show. I don't think there's any question about that. The Spartan catcher who did not catch in the first game, he came in, played behind the plate, hit 3 home runs, drove in 7 runs in the game, and got the big hit in that 7-run 9th inning when he hit a grand slam to break open what had been a close game and a really well-played game between these two teams. The Spartans got 3 in the third, but the Mocs came back with 5 in the 3rd. Tampa battled back with 1 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th to take the lead, but a couple of home runs in the 7th inning by the Mocs by Relaford, and Kavanaugh got this thing even at 7. And it stayed that way until the 9th when all you-know-what kind of broke loose. There was an RBI single to really set the stage by Cumbo, and then Gutcher hit a grand slam home run to break open. It went from 8-7 to 12-7, just like that. And obviously the Mocs were unable to recover from that. So a really, really disappointing doubleheader here for Florida Southern. Leading the way, we mentioned, with Gutcher with those 7 RBIs. Cumbo also had 3 hits in the game, as did Lala. Lala was on base 5 or 6 different times here in Game 2. 2 hits for Earhart, 2 for Urso, 2 for Nunez. They had 16 hits overall, 14 runs, 16 hits, and no errors for the Spartans. The Mocs wound up with 10 base hits himself, 7 runs scored. A lot of times that's going to be enough to win, but it sure wasn't tonight. Kavanaugh had 3 hits in the game, Starks and Relaford both had 2. Relaford and Cavanaugh both hit home runs in the losing cause for the Mocs. The winning pitcher will be Pokel. He is now 2-0 this year. And again, his mother was the one who said that his grandfather played here at Henley Field. You think about the history of this place. The loser is Stewart. Stewart had 1 really good inning and then really got bombed in the 9th inning. He winds up with a record of 3-2. Pokel now goes to 2-0. So that'll wrap it up for us here tonight from Henley Field. And it is tonight. We started in the afternoon, but it's pretty darn dark here now as the Mocs come up short 11-8 in Game 1 and 14-7 here in Game 2. My thanks to our producer, James Simpson, and most of all, thanks to you for watching and listening. Real tough weekend for the Mocs. They got some work to do ahead of a big weekend series coming up at St. Leo next weekend. I'm Jim Henderson. Thanks again for watching the doubleheader baseball. The Mocs lose 11-8, and they lose 14-7 here in Game 2, and they fall now to 16-8 and 3-3 in Sunshine State Conference play. We'll talk to you again soon on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.